This is factoring polynomials when you have a number other than 1 before your first term. So your coefficient is greater than 1. So we have 5x squared minus 3x plus 6. Okay, so when we're factoring this, the first thing we need to do is look at our first coefficient, which is 5, and our last coefficient, which is 6. So then we multiply those together. So 5 times 6 equals 30. Okay, so what we're trying to do is break apart this middle term, which is a negative 13x. So the first thing we do, like I said, multiply our first coefficient with our last. 5 times 6 is 30. And then we look at 30 and say, what two factors of 30 add up to negative 13? So let's look at the factors of 30. We have 1 and 30. We have 2 and 15. We have 3 and 10. We have, and so on and so on. But we know it's 3 and 10 because 3 plus 10 equals 13. 3 plus 10 equals 13. So now we need to look at our signs. We have a plus 6 and a minus 13, so a minus 13. So those need to be negative because negative 3 plus negative 10 is negative 13. So then we rewrite our polynomial like this. So 5x squared minus 10x minus 3x plus 6. And we do this because we can now group different parts of our polynomial and start factoring things out, trying to get a like term. So what does that look like? Okay, so now that we've broken apart our middle term by multiplying our first coefficient with our last, figuring out which factors will add up to our middle term, we have 5x squared minus 10x minus 3x plus 6. So let's group this in a way that we can start pulling things out. So we have 5x squared minus 10x. Yeah, those have factors, common factors we can pull out. So we have open 5x squared minus 10x close plus open negative 3x plus 6. So those two groups, because we want to end up with two polynomials. What can we take out of 5x squared minus 10x? We can take out a 5x out of each one. So we have 5x open x minus 2. So basically it's like reverse distributive property. Plus, what can we take out of negative 3x plus 6 factor-wise? And we want what's left inside the parentheses to match what's inside the parentheses of our first term that we factored. So we have an x minus 2. So what can we take out of the second term, negative 3x plus 6, to make what's left inside the parentheses in x minus 2? We can take out a negative 3, because negative 3 is a factor of negative 3x and of plus 6. So we take that out. So we have 5x open, x minus 2 close, plus negative 3 open, x minus 2. That's what we're left inside. And we have a plus minus 3. That's the same thing as just a minus 3. So we're just going to change this to a 5x open, x minus 2 close, minus 3 open, x minus 2. So if you see, we have an x minus 2 inside of these parentheses. They match. So we can rearrange this using the properties of distribution. So it looks like this. 5x minus 3. So we're taking what we factored out and grouping those together. So 5x minus 3 in parentheses. And then another set of parentheses, so open x minus 2 close. You only need to write that one time because of the property of distribution. So again, we started with 5x open x minus 2 close minus 3 open x minus 2 close Using property of distribution, we can rewrite this as open 5x minus 3 close, open x minus 2 close. And so that is completely factored. So that is factoring a polynomial when you have a coefficient of your first term greater than 1.